Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Our favorite NFT, our favorite space-related NFT game, Star Atlas, was recently at the GDC. This is the Game Developer Conference. Well, they weren't there. This is a virtual GDC they were at. And the CEO, Michael Wagner, sent a video. Now, the reason I love this and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because back in 2012, the Austin GDC is when Chris Roberts stepped up on stage and revealed Star Citizen for the first time, and this was mind-blowing. Let me just play the video he did back then. Remember this? Remember this for some nostalgia? So look, they had the interior of the ship already done. That's the Bengal carrier. That's a Hornet flying out of there. This is the video that Chris Roberts had prepared, done in-game engine. Now, not that they're playing, but it's done on Rails. But the in-game engine was doing this. There's the internal part of the Hornet, and these are the Vandal ships. There's laser fire. Keep in mind that we were all coming off Battlestar Galactica, the TV series at that time. So having a huge capital ship there, shooting guns, lasers flying all over the place, this was so impressive. I mean, the graphics have aged terribly. The graphics right now in Star Citizen are multitudes, thousand times better than what you see here. But at the time, this was pretty impressive. They have the Bengal carrier firing away. So impressive. Here we have the Hornet chasing the Vandal ship, and it's going to blow up, which then ends the video. And Chris Roberts then walks on stage to greet everyone. Remember this? Yeah, that was awesome. So that ends, and Chris Roberts walks up on stage. Look at him all... Is that his natural hair color? He was younger back then, as were we all. And he's going to go on and start talking about Star... Sorry, is that too loud? Chris Roberts goes on and he's going to start talking about Star Citizen. And I want to show you something important here, which struck me as interesting. Chris Roberts went on to talk about the game, and he's going to talk about the game mechanics, and he's going to talk about what the game can do, and he's going to talk about what the game is going to look like, and he's going to talk about the flight control systems. He goes, here's the Hornet, and what we're going to do is we're going to put thrusters on, and when you give the command, these thrusters are going to turn on and fire this direction, and those thrusters are going to go on and fire the other direction, and he goes on and on and on for a whole 50 more minutes about all the different things this game is doing, the game mechanics, how the game's going to play, what you'll do in the game, and how you will have fun in 1,000 different ways in this game. So, contrast that with what CEO of Star Atlas, Michael Wagner, says here. So he's going to come on, and this is a pre-recorded video he put together. So it starts off with the ship landing in the hangar, and here he comes on. Right about there.
And how the Star Atlas team is working to become one of the preeminent sources of next-generation game design standards globally.
So, actually, that was a good clip right there. So, the whole thing about Star Atlas is going to become the preeminent company to do push game design to the next frontier. This is where I get skeptical, and this is where I say, bullshit! Because... And I cannot emphasize this enough because a lot of you, even in my own comment section, seem to have a very, very difficult time understanding this one very simple concept. Take me, Montoya, take Salty Mike, who's going to do a reaction video to this video, and take Michael Wagner, and take Chris Roberts. Now, three of us that I just mentioned have the same level of game development experience. One person has a lot of game development experience. Who is more likely to spit out a game that is actually enjoyable to play? I can tell you, if you came up to me with a bucket of money and said, go make me a game, I could probably hire someone to put something together, but it's not going to be anything close to what a veteran game dev can do. And this is a story, this is what the problem is with Mr. Wagner over here. Now, respect for what he's done. And I say this before, I've said this, that Star Atlas, when it comes to using NFTs as a use case for what he's doing, it's way above and beyond what other people have done. Take, for example, our good friends, Pixelmon, where have you been? Let's check on how he's doing. So this is a 21-year-old kid, decided to buy a whole bunch of assets from the Unity store, went and pixelated them, sold them, and made $70 million because he said, I'm going to make you a game. What is happening with you, Pixelmon? I can't imagine it's been going well for them. Let's just check on Yeah, so I mean, these were high as I think 2 ETH at a time, and right now they're selling for still, I mean, $800 people are paying, but it's down from the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 where it's at. So yeah, that's what's happening with Pixelmon, which is going to be an absolute disaster because you can't simply throw money at people and expect a good game to come out of it. Now, Star Atlas is going to at least try, and I can respect that. But given what I've learned about game development from watching Star Citizen attempt it, it is not easy. It is extremely difficult. And even if you outsource, the problem is when you outsource, the guy at the top has to know enough about game development to steer the ship. And if I can give an example, those of you who work in construction, right? Is your boss, did he get to that position because the position was simply given to him? Or did you get a boss that worked his way up? He used to be the guy who used to sweep up the nails end of the day. And then he worked his way up to actually putting up frames. Then he worked his way up to pouring concrete. And he worked his way through the entire construction business where he became his own boss. Is that boss better at the job than someone who simply got the position handed them, has no idea about construction? Same story here. Now, respect to Mr. Wagner, who's achieved this much. He can walk away right now with millions and be set for life, but he's attempting, he's pushing it. He wants to create a gaming company. And I gotta say, this is gonna be a rough road because the guy at the top needs to understand game development. And I'm skeptical that he has what it takes. I hope he can do it. But anyway, he's gonna go on and now talk about everything except what this game is actually gonna be like to play.
With that, I'll provide some background on the evolution of industry. In the 18th century, the world was transformed. What was once made by hand started to be made by machine. Crafts became professions.
So, how does Star Atlas play?
And the Industrial Revolution took hold. Advances in communication, transportation, mechanization sparked production that was en masse and global.
Once people were poor and just farmed the fields, then machines came in and made things easier. All right, and then
of use, participatory culture, and interoperability for end users.
The blockchain is cool.
That solution was blockchain, evolving into what is today.
Now there's blockchain, and now you can send money to friends, and money is very good.
New pathway to personal freedom. And
financial success through financing stuff is good.
Access better drivers and faster service. Well, that's gamified as well. The makers of Web 2 applications.
Let's talk about Web 2 and let's talk about Web 3.
Nor do you need to live in a major financial capital or have a Harvard degree to thrive, to participate in the economy of the future, experienced synchronously by an effectively unlimited number of users, each with an individual sense of presence. Finally, the in-game asset economy relates back to assets we own.
Let's talk about the economy now. Now there's assets in the game, and now
metaverse native economic system. Within Star Atlas, each one of the meta-native expression mechanisms merge together to create our wider offering. Openness. Our Web3 native dev kit powers our open permissionless marketplace.
He's talking about everything except what this actual game is going to be like. Goes on to talk about
we see our world powering new economic models which span the world out.
So did you see the difference there? Did you catch the difference between what Chris Roberts was doing and what Michael Wagner is doing? He's explaining why you want to play the game. You want to play the game because there's frictionless transfers of assets. You can make money, and Web3 will allow you to have real sense of ownership and achieve the financial dreams and financial independence that you require, blah, 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 blah. But where is the actual gameplay itself? Show us the game mechanics. And I don't believe it actually touches it at all, maybe at the end a bit.
Specifically, VR and AR, 3D scanning, in-game NPCs that use
the models,
and the soul of the community that turned blockchain from an idea.
Blockchain. So you get the idea. So first of all, I mean, he's talking about what he knows. He's a finance guy. He's talking about financial stuff. That's fine. But when you're at GDC and you're pitching a game, you got to be pitching the reason why people want to play the game. And maybe I'm wrong on this. Look, I'm always open to new ideas. The play-to-earn model, I understand where they're going with it. My criticism of play-to-earn is that, and while I'm talking, let's just play more of this because this is just very cool. My criticism of the play-to-earn model is that so many games that you and I are playing right now have worked so hard to remove the financial incentive from it. So I'm thinking the most recent MMO I played, which was New World, where they had bots fishing all the time to try catch fish and catch gold, and then they would go to the marketplace and sell that for real money. And basically you had servers where the large part of populations were basically bots, and New World had to counter that and basically try to find ways to ban the bots. The point is that when you introduce a real life money financial incentive in the game, when the game is supposed to take you from A to B to C to D to earn something, players will always find a way to go from A to D and skip the game mechanics for the profit incentive. They will remove what's supposed to make the game fun and focus on the most efficient way just to make the money. And so the whole play to earn model to develop a game, instead of let's make a game fun and then maybe let's add some kind of financial incentives later, let's have financial incentives and then build a game around it. That's where I feel they're trying to go, or not intentionally, with Star Atlas, where they're first saying, this is how we make money. We have spaceships, and then you can earn APY on your spaceship, and now we build a game around that. I think this is a fascinating experiment, and I'm skeptical. If it works, glorious, that's wonderful. But in light of what you and I as normal gamers understand, games are built on being fun first. And maybe there's some kind of financial Call of Duty where you are basically, maybe you find a skin or you win a skin and it's worth something. Are you playing it because you're trying to win a skin? Are you playing the game because it's fun and you're good at the game? This is the question I have, and this is why I'm skeptical about this whole play-to-earn NFT-related game market coming up, where the game isn't actually supposed to be fun, or not built around the fun, but built around the financial incentive first. It's an experiment, and I guess we'll see how it unfolds before our very eyes very shortly. So let me know your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think on the play-to-earn model? What do you think about the GDC speech given over here? And your comments below, always appreciated. If you enjoy my content, thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.